There we go.
Done.
Easy as that. Wow.
That is night and day difference.
Dude, that's insane.
Look at that face rotation.
Perfect. All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. So today, Michael, we have a new line of putters from Edel, the Array line of putters.
Yep, they look solid. I'm excited for these. We've had Edel in our demo matrix for 3-4 years now.
Yep.
But this kind of addition to their team, or giving us models that look like some other stuff that we see in our demo matrix. I like the Edel system. You do really well with it. So this addition to their putting matrix is really impressive.
Yeah, I've always gravitated towards a putter fitting system, and that is the key here, the fitting system that gives us options. This modular system where we have sort of 4 different shafts in the new Array line gives us 4 different necks, Mikey, 4 different grips as well, different shapes, slim, standard size, 3 mallet heads, 1 blade, 6 alignment plate options, weights from 5 grams up to 25 grams. We've got weights we can put down the shaft to counterbalance. I mean, I always say to people when they come in for a fit with me, if I don't have it readily available, I'm just going to build it for you. And that's where normally I would go to Edel, and we could completely customize it. And it's gotten to the point for me is I don't really touch the standard pre-made, pre-built putters anymore.
Yeah.
It's not really what we do. We customize things for people.
No, it's a good point.
That's just like a plug and play option. And sure, that works for a lot of people, loft, the lie, change, grip, obviously all that stuff. But I've had much more success in recent years working with these modular systems. There are other companies now that have these types of systems as well. And I believe this is the future of putter fitting.
Totally. The nice thing with the alignment aid is not everyone is the same with a lot of their clubs that we see for fit. So,
Oh yeah, not remotely.
you and I might like the look of the same mallet, but it's like, oh, I like the T-square, and you're like, I like the 3 dots. Whereas sometimes you're handcuffed with, we both like the mallet, but it's got an alignment aid we don't like. So the ability to really customize it is cool.
It really is. The amount of options that we carry is one of the attractions of coming to a club champion. It always has been. Having to interchange heads and shafts at different lengths, etc. And putter fitting has gotten into this world now. So if we look at the possibilities that we now have with those 4 heads, with these 4 neck options, with those 6 weight plates and alignment plates, and obviously the weighting systems, we're turning this into literally hundreds of putters.
Totally.
Whereas look to the left, and this is A, an inventory nightmare. B, the people want want a putter that's not the demo one that they tried, and it just it's a business disaster as much as it is a limitation as a customer. It's this is far more attractive for I believe absolutely everyone.
I think it adds an experience to the putter fit as well. Before it was grab a couple different options, get really good numbers with it, and then it was okay. Yeah, we'll order it up for you. Now we get your numbers, and then it's almost another conversation of what do you want to see, potentially color, grips, alignment aids. And I mean, we have the ability, we could mill a sight dot into a putter the odd time, but this is fully custom right at the tip of our hands, which is pretty cool.
There has been a pivot in terms of the design of the putter from what previously was known as torque balanced into more of a conventional style. We have some face balanced options with the longer Plumber. We have some toe hang options with the Slant and the other sort of neck options. Any thoughts on that? Were you a big fan of torque balanced?
I wasn't against it, that's for sure. It equaled a little bit of some funny shapes with the putter that I know I had some customers that maybe were taken back by. Definitely some of the Hosel shapes that worked really well, the forward bends and stuff like that. But to be more mainstream on stuff we see today, obviously with some really cool technology, I like the direction they're going.
Yeah. Obviously, we've recently done some testing with another putter company that is, in essence, torque-free. And then torque balanced was the opposite of that, but for the same effect. It was designed to stabilize the face through having lots of torque, whereas this other design is designed to free up the face by having no torque. And I can always like that, but I can totally see why Edel have went down the line of let's kind of be more in line with what people typically use. I think for you guys out there, there's a comfort in using a version of what you've always used. It's the, I always use the Dynamic Gold X100 as an example. Why is it the most played shaft on tour? Well, it just is what people have used for 30 years. And that's why it is. Is it the most high performance shaft? Is it the most technologically advanced shaft? No, of course not. But if it's what you've always used and it's what you tried and trust, then you're going to stick with it. And I believe Edel went down that line with this new Array line. Let's get some models that people are used to. Let's give fitters the ability to customize it for the client, and then let's get to work on our putter fitting systems and really dial it in.
Love it.
All right, let's roll a few. Okay, Mikey boy, we're going to start you with your sort of shape, the B1. So again, 4 different necks. We're going to go with short plumber, which is quite similar to obviously what you have used. And it is literally as simple as it is with driver heads or fairway wood heads, hybrid heads. Now we're literally going to just pop the head on the shaft, torque wrench, tighten that up, make sure it's nice and snug, and then we're ready to roll a few putts. Literally as easy as that.
Love it.
Okay. Good. Very good.
That was a bad putt.
What didn't you like of that?
Just hitting them a little too soft, and then I take it away a bit funny. Maybe a bit light, but it's... I guess not.
Okay, Mikey boy, 3 putts with the B1.
Yeah.
Now, the one that's in our kit here is the sight line.
Yep.
Also comes in a sight dot option, whether you like the focus to be at the front, whether you want it to be at the back. Some different implications with that, with regards to aim, delivered loft as well, whether you're focused on the front or the back of the putter itself. I would rather you were a little bit more focused on the front. But here's a really interesting one. In you're typically a pretty decent putter, right? You putt pretty well.
Yeah, not bad.
Not bad at all. You hold, plenty of the ones inside 6 feet that you would want to.
Yeah.
But you do it in very, very unconventional fashion. If we look at this rate of rotation over here, it's what we talk about being in a really nice sort of window. Yeah. But when you dig a little deeper on that and you look at face rotation opening, without getting kind of overly too technical early on, let's look at where your putter is, Mikey, sort of back earlier in the putt. Call it back here, right? So there's the face angle at this point.
Yeah.
0.61 open. And as we know with putting strokes, they are sort of in rotation. The putter will be more open and it will be gaining closure as it's coming down. Well, if we take your putting stroke, we actually look at that value is going up, which actually means the face is opening as we get towards the ball, right? So certainly not exactly what we want in that sense. And that's sort of obviously your face to path.
Yeah.
Then there's your face values there. So your face is 1/2 degree open and at impact 1.15 open.
Wow, that's nuts.
It is, I've always talked to people about, I want it to be about 2.5 degrees open here in a, call it technically orthodox stroke. And then by the time in 3 inches, that should lead to about 2.5 degrees of closure. You're going, as we said, the other way. So that tells me I would like for you to experiment a little bit with with some of these other nicks. See if we can influence that rate of change
Totally, yeah.
in order to try to get a little bit more of an orthodox face-to-path relationship. Because you said to me there, what's that going to do?
Yeah.
Where am I going to see that sort of begin to struggle on the golf course, and it's left to right putts?
Yeah, and we know.
If you have a long, call it 50-foot putt on a slow green, and the face is rapidly opening, your ball's just going to be going right.
Yeah, left to right. I know I struggle with.
Okay, let's make a change. Okay, Mikey, we've switched you into the Plumber. If you just hold it up and just kind of obviously demonstrate the face balance relationship of the putter.
Yeah.
So that's still got some toe hang?
Still toe hang, yeah.
Okay.
Interesting.
Okay.
I mean, for their quote-unquote long plumbers, it's not like off-camera you and I were talking about some of the Plumber's neck styles that we've seen in the past. Yeah. It's not super long by any means.
No. There we go. There we go.
Done.
Easy as that. Wow.
That is night and day difference.
Dude, that's insane.
Look at that face rotation.
Perfect. Like if it can be, I mean, Dr. Paul tell you, if it can be, around 10, I mean, you're an elite company, and it's obviously now closed, and your path was okay before your path, but it was getting a little out to end. It was kind of inconsistent. Whereas there is perfect. Face angle's perfect. Strike point couldn't have struck it better. Launch and spin are absolutely on the money. But unfortunately, Michael's only one in a row, so let's add a couple more.
Yeah.
Okay, burned the left edge.
It's a weird.
Okay, so basically, face was, let's go back here. Yeah, you kind of retained the face angle there.
Yeah.
Got a little bit open through here, which is probably, if we look back, probably toe strike.
It was a toe strike for sure.
Strike.
Yeah.
Right. So if we look at what we had there, we never want to compound the toe strike in the sort of open face. Right. Let's go again. Nice. That's lovely, sort of lifted rotation there.
Yeah.
Another one. Something I do tend to see with you a little bit is your club twist typically gets a little high on the toe side. I'd love to see you with the dot. I think having the dot up on the top rail would make it much easier for you to be aware of where that sort of CG is, and sort of use something closer to the golf ball.
The last couple times we've done this, or even we've worked on putting and stuff, healing my putts.
Yeah.
With a sight dot, and that's what I currently use, a blade with a sight dot. To heal a putt is so much easier.
Right.
Whereas I used one with a sight line yesterday while we played, and I felt completely like I couldn't stand close enough to it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a good point. Feels good. These sound definitely a lot muted. There's a milled insert into the block. It's not like it's an additional insert, but it sounds pretty muted. But they feel, when you went to that long Plumbers, maybe it added a couple grams extra, but it definitely feels really good.
Yeah, so it's going to change the balance of the putter, obviously, for sure. Let's put you into something sort of a little contrary to this one. Nice stroke, Mikey.
Yeah, felt good. But you were saying earlier, a short slant potentially for someone like myself could leave the face open a bit more sometimes.
Yeah, leave the face open. I mean, it's going to
that's pretty good.
It's going to help you a little bit with that rotation. So again, back into a much more suitable balance of face to path. Yeah, a little outside on the path there, but I mean 1 degree when your face is 0.16 is totally irrelevant.
Yeah.
It's at the end of the day, all we're really caring about is this picture
Push,
right
pull,
here.
yeah.
What are we seeing on the push-pull ratio? Really good. Much nicer closure rate on that one. Again, a marginal toe strike tiny little toe strike, but it's there.
the most toe hang as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I like the way it sets up. This might sound dumb, but I've always liked a short slant, but I've always been afraid to game a short slant because I never thought like, and plumber's neck is something I've used since I was a junior, and it's just like, well, it works. But the short slant sets up nicer.
Yeah, this for you and left to right to left putts, Mikey, is where you'll get balance from the putter that you play. And we're going to test mallets in a second, but let's just categorically say you're not a mallet guy.
No.
I definitely know that.
Oh, wow.
So the interesting thing with the short slant is good numbers. I mean, if we look at what we see there, but you're way less consistent with short slant.
Totally. Yeah.
You're like, that's the one thing. It's potential is greater, I'd say even, but as of right now, I'm seeing lots of variability in your path. Seeing some differences in sort of launch. Even just I can see you fighting a little bit of what the putter's doing. It's just trying to kind of almost time it a little bit more because that rate of rotation is obviously changed quite a bit.
The plumber's neck is like, for me, one trick pony. You can't manipulate it as much. This, with the short slant, looks like I can, in a way, like I want to hit a cut or I want to hit a draw, like something a little bit more, I don't know, which I don't want. I want to stand over the ball and go, you can only do one thing with this. Yeah. This, to me, looks like I could just manipulate the heck out of it.
Okay, so as we can see with your sort of, when we're doing the alignment of the system, you are a constant left alignment guy. Yeah. That's why you have counter rotation within your stroke, right? Because if you release it left naturally, you're just going to hit everything dead left. That's why you don't. So the biggest part of the fitting for you, Mikey, is getting you to a point where you can aim better. Your stroke will actually naturally improve off the back of that.
Oh, okay.
Right? So, like, all it is just a reaction to what you've always done.
Right, okay.
So, well, you're playing with the alignment aid there. So, we've got the dots on there.
Yeah.
So, literally just clip in and clip out, which is so really, really cool. Just a little magnetic system.
Smart.
We can switch that out as easily as we want.
Obviously, the one a customer gets has two little screws in the back, which is good.
Yeah, it gets fixed in place. Just like done. A little bit more launch there, maybe. Yep.
That face opens again.
Yep, back to more of the old habit. Now, this is purely a demonstration of the functionality of the F1, 2, and 3 models.
Yeah.
You're not going to play a mallet, never.
No.
I don't think I've ever seen you play a mallet, really.
No.
Some interesting stats on tour though from the best putters and the mallet users versus blade users. It's quite in favour of mallets, yeah. But it doesn't mean it's for you.
Right.
Like anything else, does not mean it's for you. Again, face variance, right? So close in the last one, open 1.2 on there. Your path is really dancing around quite a lot.
Yeah.
Your stroke's trying to find its way. It's obviously not. It's not kind of ideal. And we're not in here anytime we're doing a putter fit, as you know. We're not in here trying to make someone putt a certain way. We're taking their stroke tendencies and alignment tendencies, aim tendencies, and trying to solidify them. We're trying to make them all match. I don't really care if you are a left aimer. If that's what you are, it's going to take more than a putter fit to fix that.
Right. Yeah.
But I'm going to make things work around your tendencies to make you perform better on the golf course. Yes, I would love you to obviously aim dead down the middle, have a 10-degree rate of closure and a perfectly square face, because then if you had faced a left to right putt or right to left putt, you're good in all cases.
Yeah.
You're always going to be a little susceptible to left to righters.
Left to right, yeah.
You're going to aim a little bit more left on those ones and try and compensate, and you're going to try and obviously hold your fair share on the left side of the hole on those.
Interesting. But, it just shows you, like, obviously through the putter fit, people see things that they love the look of, but it doesn't necessarily work. Like if you said pick a putter right now and use it, I would gravitate towards this because something I don't have, something different.
Yeah. It's funny, I'd done the same thing when we were down at the launch of the AI1 line.
Yeah.
I'd done the same thing with that number 7 with a plumber neck, just because I'm like, well, this is something I've never used before. Let's give it a try. It was awful for me.
I know. So yeah, no, it's interesting because that blade with the long plumbers. Although the nice thing with that blade is a little bit wider too. So it's not mid mallet, but yeah, definitely a larger blade. With the long plumbers, definitely felt the best, performed the best too.
Okay, guys, so we really are sort of scratching the surface of what this little fitting kit from Edel gives our clients the option of. I mean, we could probably make this a video an hour long if we start getting into sort of the counterweights that can go down the shaft. We start getting into the little weights that are here, obviously all the different plates, Mikey. There is the kit that obviously works with your alignment tendencies and things like that. You know, we obviously don't have time in all of our videos to go into all of that stuff, but I think in time what would be fun is to kind of do some short clips of you know, each little sort of segment of this Edel kit and show you guys what it's truly capable of, and maybe show you what you're not getting when you go for putter fittings that don't sort of have that as part of the process, because it is a complex situation.
100%.
It really, really is. Trying to manage those 1 degree open or closed on the, you know, we've got a 12-foot putt here, we've got 1 degree open, 1 degree closed. Any more than that, we're missing the hole. Factor in a toe strike or a heel strike on top of that, an inconsistent rate of rotation, strike point, all those different things. There is a lot going on, and Quintic for us is an incredible tool that allows us to dial in every one of those little details, ultimately for your benefit.
Totally.
Excellent stuff. Okay, guys, be sure to check out the Edel line of putters. We have it at all of our Club Champion stores nationwide now for you guys to test. Make it part of your putter fitting to look into all the aspects that we've talked about today, all of the design characteristics of this new kit. Make that part of your putter fitting as well.